Alveda King, and today is my birthday. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. And I'm reminded Jesus one time was doing his work in the earth for the Lord, and everybody says, well, where's your family? And Jesus said, these who help me do the work of my Father are my family. And so although I love my natural family very much, and they called me and we talked today, folks call and say, what are you going to do on your birthday? I said, I'm going to the March for Life and then get with my Silent No More Awareness brothers and sisters and give my testimony. So that's how I spend my birthday. So thank you for your good wishes. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. My testimony is very similar to all the ones that you're here today. And I was fooled by all of the stories that I was told that my baby was a lump of tissue. It wouldn't hurt any more than getting my tooth pulled. But interestingly enough, I had had an abortion prior to my choice to have an abortion in 1973, very soon after Roe versus Wade passed. My doctor made a decision for me, and he did what's called an involuntary D&C. My newborn baby, I had a relatively newborn baby. I went to the doctor to get checked. The doctor says, you don't need to have another baby, let's see. And that's how I had my first abortion. It changed my body. My cervix was damaged. My mammary system acted up. My breast and everything. I became instantly a candidate for breast cancer and cervical cancer. I ended up having cervical surgery to repair my cervix. So all of those things happened. It changed my personality so much, that first one that the doctor did without telling me, that as a young married lady who had just gotten married, the year after my uncle, Dr. Martin Luther King, was assassinated. The next year, my dad, Reverend A.D. King, his brother, they were both civil rights leaders. Daddy walks me down the aisle, and a week later, he was dead. I had the first baby, went, and the doctor did the abortion. So I had all of that trauma and tragedy, all that post-abortive syndrome going on in my life. It changed my personality so much I ended up divorced. I tried to reconcile with my husband, and we conceived another child. And between us, because we were young and totally not knowing what was going on, totally clueless young people. So we bought, oh, it's a blob of tissue. It won't hurt. Well, it did hurt. It was not a blob of tissue. I have two babies who were aborted in heaven, Philip and Jessica, and their brother Raphael, who was miscarried over that period of time. But then, in 1973, when I made that decision, my personality changed, and for a minute, I became a pro-choice voice, and it was foolish, because here I was out saying a woman has the right to choose what she does with her body, which happens to be true, ladies. We do have a right to choose what we do with our bodies, but I knew those babies were not my body. I knew that. You see, I bore 6 living children. They were not my body. So I had begun to ask the question in 1977 when 2 African-American men, by the grace of God, helped me to change that position. I got pregnant again in 1977. The father of that baby, here I am talking nonsense. A woman has the right to choose what she does with her body. It's not a baby, it's a blob of tissue. And the baby's daddy said, no, we're not killing that baby. That's my baby. We do not kill my baby. This was an African-American man that said that. So then I went to my best friend, Daddy King, Dr. Martin Luther King Sr. I told him the same junk. Granddaddy, I can have an abortion. It's not a baby, it's a blob. And that's the real civil rights issue.
That's right.
My uncle said, Dr. King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Ripping babies apart is a very unjust act. It's very violent. Dr. King was nonviolent. And he said the Negro cannot win if he's willing to sacrifice the future of his children for personal comfort and safety. And that's what we do when we have abortions, my friends. So I'm glad to see the young people. I'm glad to see the mature folks like me. I'm glad to see the men and the women from every ethnic community today. I'm healed today through Rachel's Vineyard, through the grace and power of God, through Silent No More Awareness campaign. So I thank you for seeing each of you and joining us today, and God bless you all.